Welcome to the Estrangement Project, where we talk about estrangement, relationships, boundaries, and the family dynamics that shape how we connect with other people. Today, we're talking about something a lot of estranged adult daughters do and rarely admit to anyone. You still look your mother up. Maybe it's late at night and you end up on her Facebook page even though you haven't spoken in 2 years. You see pictures from a cookout, a birthday dinner, or a family gathering you weren't invited to. You scroll longer than you planned to, put your phone down, and immediately start wondering what it says about you that you looked in the first place. Usually, it doesn't say anything surprising. This is a person you've known your entire life. You know what her house looks like, what she sounds like when she's irritated, what food she makes on holidays, and which relative she talks to every week. No contact changes the amount of access she has to you. It doesn't remove everything you know about her or stop you from wondering what's happening in her life. You can decide that you can't have a relationship with your mother and still wonder whether she's okay. You can want to know whether she moved, whether she's sick, whether your niece graduated, or whether something significant happened in the family. Curiosity about someone who has been part of your life since birth doesn't mean you secretly want to resume the relationship. A lot of people find ways to get this information without contacting their mother directly. Some women check social media. Some keep the family group chat muted and read it when they feel ready. Some ask a sibling for updates. Others have an aunt or grandmother who knows everything happening in the family, so they call and eventually the conversation gets around to their mother. Sometimes everybody involved knows exactly what's happening. You ask your brother how everybody's doing, and eventually he tells you something about your mother. You don't ask too many questions because you don't want to look too interested, and he doesn't point out that you're obviously interested. Then the conversation moves on. Relatives can make this more complicated because information often comes with an opinion attached to it. A grandmother tells you your mother hasn't been feeling well and then says she wishes the two of you would work things out. Your aunt gives you an update and reminds you that your mother is getting older. Your brother answers your question and then tells your mother you asked about her. After a while, you learn which relatives can give you information without turning it into a reconciliation conversation. You also learn who reports everything back to your mother. Sometimes you still ask, even though you know the information will get back to her, because at that moment, no one feels more important than keeping your curiosity private. Your mother might be doing some version of the same thing. You post something online that you never told anyone in the family, and a cousin suddenly knows about it. Someone mentions your new job, your apartment, or a trip you took even though you never told that person directly. You start wondering whether your mother saw the post herself or whether somebody showed it to her. Then you start thinking about what you share. You might look at a photo before posting it and wonder whether it gives away where you live. You might hesitate before posting something about your children because you know information moves through families. Sometimes you post anyway, and sometimes you decide you'd rather keep it private. Looking your mother up can feel confusing because the relationship is still available in a practical sense. She's alive. Her phone number might still be the same. She might live less than an hour away. There isn't a permanent physical barrier preventing contact. You could pick up the phone, and depending on the circumstances, she might answer. That creates a very different experience from grieving someone who has died. With estrangement, the person continues having birthdays, getting older, attending family events, becoming sick, moving, dating, retiring. and living an entire life that you're no longer directly involved in. You know the relationship has ended in its previous form, while also knowing contact is technically possible. So sometimes you check. You might even be looking for evidence that something has changed. Maybe you're wondering whether she's gone to therapy, whether she seems different, or whether enough time has passed for another conversation to go differently. Then you open her page and see the same kinds of posts she always made, with the same relatives and the same family dynamics you remember. Social media also doesn't tell you very much about whether a relationship would actually be different. A smiling picture at a birthday dinner can't tell you whether your mother has become more accountable. A post about personal growth can't tell you what she'd say if you brought up the reason you stopped speaking. You still only know what she's chosen to put online. The urge to check tends to get stronger at certain times. Birthdays can do it. Holidays can do it. Mother's Day can do it. Hearing that someone in the family is sick can do it. A bad day can also make you more likely to start scrolling through pages you usually avoid. If you notice that you almost always look her up when you're already feeling lonely, upset, tired, or vulnerable, that information can help you decide what to do next time. You might decide that late night checking usually leaves you feeling worse, so you do something else when the urge comes up. You might text a friend, watch something, go to sleep, or wait until the next day and see whether you still want to look. You don't need to make a permanent rule that you're never allowed to check again. If you create a strict rule and then break it 3 months later, you can end up feeling guilty about something that didn't actually change your relationship at all. Some women check because they want confirmation that their mother is still alive. Some want basic family information. Some look a few times a year around holidays. Others eventually stop checking because they lose interest. The behavior can change as the estrangement changes. The important thing is understanding the difference between looking and re-entering the relationship. Checking a Facebook page doesn't schedule a Sunday visit. It doesn't restart the phone calls. It doesn't make you responsible for taking your mother to appointments. It doesn't put you back in conversations you spent years trying to manage. You haven't agreed to resume the role you had in the family because you looked at a photograph. And sometimes that's exactly what scares people after they look. They think the curiosity means the boundary isn't real anymore, or that they're moving backward. But a boundary is about what you're willing to participate in. Curiosity doesn't automatically change what you're willing to participate in. You can miss someone and still know you can't have the relationship you had with them. You can wonder how they're doing and still remember why you stopped speaking. You can look at pictures of people you used to spend holidays with and have no intention of spending the next holiday with them. You also don't have to turn every moment of curiosity into a major psychological question. Sometimes you look because you wanted to know. Then you found out. If checking repeatedly leaves you upset for hours, interferes with your sleep, or keeps you focused on your mother's life more than your own, then it makes sense to pay attention to the pattern. You can decide that having access to her page isn't helping you and block it, mute certain relatives, or make it harder to check when you're already having a difficult night. If you look occasionally and then continue with your day, there might be much less to figure out. Estrangement doesn't require you to become completely uninterested in someone you've known your whole life. So if you looked her up last night, you don't have to treat it like you made a decision about reconciliation. You didn't make a phone call. You didn't agree to anything. You looked at her page, saw whatever was there, and put your phone down. In the morning, your life is still your life, and the decisions you've made about the relationship are still yours to make. For more information about estrangement, boundaries, difficult family relationships, and life after no contact, visit the estrangementproject.com. You'll find articles, books, and other resources that go deeper into these conversations. And subscribe to the Estrangement Project for more videos about estrangement, relationships, boundaries, and family dynamics.
I also love you, Father, and I love this church, and I just hope that you approach this opportunity with the appropriate humility. That's all for your sake. Do you understand? Then I'll let you be. Good.